My name's David Powell. Today I went with a few friends to Senator Stienberg's coffee meeting on March 10th in East Sacramento, and we asked him some serious questions about convicted felon and people that have been indicted that are currently senators in the state of California. And this is what his take on things, along with some gun rights issues, mainly SB 808, which he had no idea what it was. Anyways, here's the video.
Very grateful to you, and I'd love to answer any questions that anybody has about anything. Foreign policy, whatever you want to talk about. I'm good. Yes?
Well, I would like to know about Wright and Calderon and when you're going to expel them.
I'm not, well, fair question. As you know, we have two members that have had criminal trouble. And they're two different situations, and they ought to be addressed separately. Ron Calderon is charged with very serious crimes. And I stripped him immediately of his committee chairmanship and his committee assignments. I have forced him to take a leave of absence. I have not sought to expel him because he has not been tried yet. And under our system of criminal justice, of course, one is considered innocent unless and until proven guilty. The Ronald Wright situation is a different situation. The underlying allegations are serious, but not nearly as egregious as what is called for or called about in the Calderon situation. Rod Wright was tried and convicted by a jury of living outside of his district. Now, in Congress, you don't have to live in your district in order to run. In the state legislature, you do. Senator Wright was convicted by a jury of his peers, but the judge is considering a motion to set aside the verdict within a very short period of time. And so Rod Wright is on a leave of absence. Rod Wright has also been stripped of his committee chairmanship and his committees. But I have felt, and I understand that reasonable people can disagree, that to expel him before he has that last hearing before the judge would be irreversible. And if the judge were to set aside the verdict, that he could not then come back. And so that's my opinion. That is the direction that I have urged my colleagues in, and that's where it's taken. Thank you for your question. I appreciate it.
How is that fair to the people that represent?
I'm sorry?
How is that fair to the people they represent?
Well,
I mean, Wright seems kind of like a good guy, but if he broke the rules, so now you got
here's the problem. If he were expelled now, there'd be no representation in that district as well. So it's a little bit of 6 of one and a half dozen of the other. Yes?
What are your views on SB 808 and how is...
I don't know the numbers.
808 is the unregistered gun issue.
The unregistered gun. I'm just not familiar with this.
Is that De Leon's ghost guns thing?
Yes.
I'm for it.
I'm for it. How will it... Hold on. My question was, how will it stop crime?
Well, as I understand it, the ghost gun bill, De Leon's bill, is the bill that says guns that are not real guns but look like real guns.
That's 199, sir.
Okay, then I mixed the two up. Maybe you can remind me what
the ghost guns
808
is a mass registration for weapons that are home built, but it goes beyond that, where every weapon that you have has to be registered by the state.
Look, I know we probably disagree on this, but I believe that registering firearms in the same way we register our automobiles is sound public policy. Because when a gun is... When a gun is stolen, when a gun ends up in the wrong hands, law enforcement then has the tools, or more tools, to be able to track and trace that gun, and to be able to get it off the street.
But
I know reasonable people disagree on these things, and maybe a broader question about gun regulation.
if you look at what's happening in Connecticut,
Yes, sir.
85% of the population of the entire state refused to do that. Only 15% did that.
Well, I don't know what they're doing to require that the law be followed or what assistance they're giving to people. But again, I know we probably disagree on these issues. So let me be real clear about where I stand on the gun issue. I believe that firearms are appropriate for hunting, for sport, even in appropriate cases for self-defense. But I don't think that there is any place in civil society for guns that fire 50, 60, 70 rounds at a time. I don't believe, and I have, as I said a moment ago, have no issue with requiring that firearms be registered in the appropriate way, just as we register automobiles.
I think the obvious counter-argument is that criminals are not going to register their gun.
I understand the argument. Respect it. I just disagree. Who's next?